If your PS5 is acting up, even if you don't get any warnings about it, you might be facing overheating problems. Before sending your console in for assessment and repair, there are several things you can try that won't void the warranty and might turn out to be a quick fix. With millions of units sold to gamers worldwide, some PS5s will inevitably develop faults. But don't assume that any weird behavior from your console is automatically heat related. If your console is still under warranty and none of our suggestions fix your specific issue, we strongly recommend you contact Sony for a free repair or replacement. Even if your PS5 isn't under warranty anymore, we definitely don't recommend opening the system up to do maintenance yourself, unless you're 100% certain of what you're doing. Consider taking it to a certified third-party technician for assessment instead. It's important to note that neither removing the outer covers of the PS5 nor opening the SSD expansion constitute opening the system, since both of these actions qualify as normal use. So what are some of the signs that your PS5 might be overheating? The obvious one is an error message that warns your PS5 is too hot. High levels of fan noise are another clue. Graphical glitches, artifacts such as black or white dots, or the screen flashing solid colors, often green. A poor gaming experience in the form of stutters and low frame rates, sudden shutdowns without warning, and crashes or instability, especially during graphically demanding games. It's important to note that symptoms such as visual glitches can also be connected to other components such as faulty memory. The PlayStation 5 is an exceptionally quiet console, so you might not even notice when your single, surprisingly large fan has stopped spinning. Without the fan pushing cool air through the system, your PS5 will quickly shut down as it hits its failsafe temperature. To check if your fans are still running, boot a game up with the sound muted and keep your ear close to the PS5. If you listen closely, you should hear a faint rush of air. Alternatively, you can hold your hand near the vents at the top when the console is standing upright. You should easily detect air flowing over your skin. It's inevitable that any computer system cooled by fans will accumulate dust and lint over time. Fortunately, the folks at Sony considered this and added special ports on the PS5 console where you can conveniently vacuum out accumulated garbage. All you have to do is remove the side covers and vacuum the ports indicated in the official Sony video teardown. Your PS5 is not a sealed system, so it moves hot air out of the system and replaces it with cool air. Without proper ventilation around the console, this can't happen. This is a particularly big issue if you place the console in a poorly ventilated and enclosed space. To extend the life of your PS5, always ensure there's enough distance between it and the surrounding surfaces for optimal airflow. You should also avoid running your console on soft surfaces like beds or carpeted floors. This can easily block vents and cause heat buildup. Not only that, there's a lot of dust, pet hair and dirt on the average carpet, even if it looks clean. All of that could get sucked into your system and cause major issues. Unless you use water cooling or exotic refrigeration, it's generally not possible to cool a CPU or GPU to below ambient room temperature. If you live in a hot climate and the heat and humidity in the room your PS5 lives in are high, use air conditioning or other methods of bringing the room temperature down. Interestingly, there's a particular overheating issue that only affects users who have expanded the SSD storage of their PS5 by using the special expansion slot. Sony requires that your SSD has a heatsink attached. Many drives come with a heatsink pre-installed, but if not, you have to do this yourself. It's as simple as buying a heatsink of the correct size, peeling off a sticker, and then sticking it on the memory chips of the drive. You may have seen aftermarket cooling systems on Amazon that act as alternative stands or clip onto the vents of your PS5. We don't recommend that PS5 owners purchase these types of coolers. A healthy PS5 makes virtually no noise anyway. If your PS5 can't maintain a safe operating temperature without a bolt-on cooler, it requires cleaning and perhaps even a repair. We hope one of these general fixes did the trick for you, but if not, consider contacting a professional for further assistance. See you next time.